Right. I think we have audio. Let's do some roll call on the cameras. Make sure they're functioning. I gotta set some back up. I had to steal some cameras today. Never fails. Oh, let me mute this. Alright, I think we're unmuted. Hello! Yeah, yes, of course. How are you? So I gotta set some cameras back up. First, I want to pick up payments, checks, any cash. Put that stuff away. I had to steal my cameras today from the microscope. Where are you? I believe I'm unmuted. Alright, we probably won't need that, but I put it back. Now we get to strip this one down. What's going on out there in the world? So I got a couple things here. Then I'm gonna work on as soon as I get this stuff put away. It's been total chaos all day. I think I kind of know how the fire department feels, but all right. Here we go. Camera set back up, battery's charging. Hey. Lens and microphone away. And I gotta pack up this stupid strap and then I get started on what I'm doing. Let's flip over here. Check the chat. And your comments. So I have a keyboard, and sadly it's the end of the day. So won't be here real long, but we're gonna get some stuff done. This is more one of those boring bread and butter days, so if that isn't your thing. I did do something yesterday that was interesting. Check this out. I made it working on the video for it. Check this out. Look at this. Look at this thing. It was it split apart. Check this guy out. Let me fire some light onto the subject matter here and we'll zoom in. So this was inside my mouse, my wireless Corsair wireless mouse. That battery pack blowing up. So I replaced it with a super dodgy battery pack until the new unbranded Chinese battery arrives in speed pack from China. So video coming out for that directly as soon as I finish editing. Alright. Step up converter. Dodgy Technician versus camera strap. Let's see if I can wrap this one up in a timely manner. So what all the cameras are about, my 5-year-old had a Christmas concert, but I missed some of it, so yeah. Alright, let's get on with some of this stuff. I gotta get this computer. I have to get Office installing on this one. There may be some times I have to mute, and that's because people are showing up. As I don't put them on stream if I am streaming. So yeah, you can't see that, sorry. Let's check the data. Ooh, where would that be, under S's? Owner, archive, downloads. Right there. No. $12.20. Was that yesterday? Indeed it was. Alright. I can get this Office install going on this computer for this person. Let's grab this thing wherever it's at. Out here. Hold on. Wrong one. Right one. So this will kind of be our main focus. We've got a keyboard replacement to do and also a cloning, so let's get started on that. This guy was running out of room. Come on, get it. Cheapo, what are you doing? Get the hell out of my way. We don't need hot air to clone a hard drive. Come on, go. Get out of there, buddy. Get out of there. Michael, good evening. Good evening, sir. This is boring end of day with a Dodgy Technician type stuff. Bread and butter work. But it has to be done. I want my money. Good evening, Chris. What's going on out there, people? Is anybody working on something, or are you just watching? Is it background noise? Is it watching along? So what we got here, what is this thing? This is an Inspiron 13 7000 series. It's got keyboard issues, and oh, yeah, we might need to remove that. Which new keyboard's going in, and user keeps running out of space on the hard drive. So hopefully this can be wrapped up today. It just went through a cleanup. However, whenever you do cleanup with viruses, mostly malware, adware, that can prevent a cloning from happening. So worst case scenario, we end up with having to reinstall Windows. Did I pull the screws? Just watching, nothing till after Christmas. What do you got after Christmas, Chris? Okay, so we're going to disconnect the battery at this point. I don't think we really need to to pull the SATA drive, but we definitely need to in order to pull everything else out in the keyboard. And then just don't want to risk doing any damage to anything. So two screws held that battery in, and then one through the bottom, two through the bottom, I guess. No, we're not going to fall for that trap and rip something off the board. So they route the SATA cable through the battery. Alright, perfect. Get out of the way. Let's take a moment and check out why this user was running out of room. So frequently. They're big with pictures, and try keeping on. So we were looking at getting a large external drive, but that's not something they particularly wanted to manage. So, and this was all talked about before I'd even set hands on the computer. Let's take a look at what we got here, see what part of this person's problem is, if it's going to focus. So what is that? Light on, CBE CE128. So 128 gigabyte drive. Not much room for Windows if you're going to include a bunch of pictures. So we're going to take and throw one in the toaster and pop another drive into or on with a SATA cable, and then move on to the keyboard. Alright. Wake up. Right, automatic mode. We want 128 gig. Next, that's our source, destination, just running a cloning program. I think I do have an OBS source that I could throw this on screen over NDI, but it's just boring. If you've ever used any program to clone, it's just simple stuff, really. We're going from Acronis does it. I mean, most modern programs that you can clone with have this feature. I don't want to say Acronis was the first, but Acronis was the first that I remember making it simple, at least that I used, where you could take a smaller drive and clone to a bigger drive, and it would just leave the rest of that space as a single partition versus making it a separate partition. Alright, cloning started. While that's going, let's get to, we got to strip this thing down. And this is going to be the not fun part. I'll grab a drink though. Cold coffee or cold Red Bull? I think we go with the Red Bull. Gee, that's real cold. Alright, office is set up. I'm going to take a moment and pop over here to my KVM monitor. Not that you can see this. I could feed this out, but I just don't feel like putting people's info out there because we are signed into an online account. That's the main reason I don't do that. I usually don't do... I try not to do Windows related stuff on streams. If I got all... Alright, yes, I need that code though. We're going to register this copy of Office. We got to open it up. Let's pop it open. It should ask us for a code. Accept. Sure, activated over the internet. If I didn't have to type the code, that's great because we're signed into the account. Perfect. Alright. I didn't have to type no code. So she got what she wanted there. Her office is there. Let's work on, we need to install a couple programs. Do we have any PC people in the chat? I'm not sure. Like people that like PC is your thing and not Mac or Mac OS or iOS. Or what is it actually? Did they actually have iPad OS too? Or is it iOS? They kind of unified iPhone and iPads. Yeah, PC people. How do you install multiple programs? Like if you're doing a basic, anybody that gets into reinstalling Windows for people and doing that type of work, I guess is the question I'm asking. Does anybody do that? Do you have a way to install multiple programs? I'll try and feed this. I'm going to feed this over for this little bit, I think. So, I just lost my monitor. Go. That's that. 1, 2, 3. Why did I? Oh no, it came back. Okay, perfect. And it's some goofy resolution. Display. I know what your deal is. What is this thing? They separate iOS into iPad OS, but they used to be unified. I image laptops at work, but all of our programs are kept on the WDS server and is zero Active Directory. Yeah. So I don't have it. This is a one-man band type thing here. But as far as installing multiple programs, I just have like a base list of not essential, but usable apps. And you don't really need some of them with Windows 10, 11. You know, like you don't really need to install codecs these days, but years ago you did need codecs with all the emerging formats that you would have video and music files. But I'll pop this up on screen in a minute here. I gotta grab some drivers as well. But I just use a website that grabs a couple programs, downloads an installer, and then seeks out and downloads the programs. Like the basic compression utility, even though Windows has it built in, I still install 7-zip. Like Chrome, and stuff like that to make the computer. Give them a couple options, make it more usable. Get this cord out of the way. Alright, let's go see if we can grab our display driver. This computer here is basically, it's on the last legs of its life, but the person wanted to use it. I don't recommend doing this, but sometimes they just don't want to buy a new one. But after this, I make it clear when it's like the last few years of its life that if it comes back in, I will not service it. There's nothing I'm going to do. No trickery. No, sorry, it's done. That definitely doesn't have that. I'll try that. Look at that. What driver is missing? So it's got the wireless, it has the gigabit PCI, so it might be the chipset. We'll see. Intel chipset, we'll get that one, and that. Probably not necessary. Okay. Let me catch up on chat here. For the average Joe, you can't install multiple programs at once, but you can separately. When you're a USB mass storage driver running from you can install multiple programs, not at once, one after the other, but it's more automated. Here, I'll show you. I'm gonna grab a display driver so it doesn't go out some crazy ass resolution. Let me find what pane is missing from this view. Navigation? Yeah, the navigation pane. That makes it, wow, that's a lot better. Okay. Controller. Get this graphics driver in. And it was trying to install multiple at once. Usually, yeah, no. Yeah, not multiple the same, but like say you want to install like Chrome, Firefox, something for compression, whether it's WinZip, WinRAR, 7-zip. You want to put free malware bytes on there, blah, blah, blah. Just have all that done without having to click, 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 click. So, I'll show you how I do that, just to make life simpler. Please insert the latest. Well, let's hit no. Why are you not finding the driver then? What is it? What are we looking at here? Where would it be? Yeah, alright, you know what I mean, Luke. Yeah. Try that. No. We're going to be in between that computer and this one. Alright, let's start attacking. Yeah, start attacking this. Yes. Continue. Okay, yes. Finish. Alright, did that give us graphics just by installing that? That would be great if it did. I think it did. There we go. Finally. Are we missing anything else? From what I can see, it's good. Okay. Let's pop the browser back up. Alright, let's see if we can pop this source into well, it might already be, it's not going to be there. Let's go here, we'll pop it up, see if we can get it to show itself. There we go. So one place that I go to do this type stuff, like, granted, not for the laptop thing, but for installing multiple programs one after the other, more automated than having to run through each installer, would be 99.com. You can grab just some basic stuff that you want to throw that free on there. That'll be up to them if they want to upgrade. That's more malware bytes free, is more of a user solution. Out of habit, I put K-Lite on just because the more people doing online media, you never know when they're going to try and download something that isn't going to play. But usually when they try and download stuff and get into torrenting or whatever, if they do, it ends up back here. And we'll do Revo for uninstalling programs. This is a cool program that, not so much now, but in rare occasions it will Revo. It's similar to add remove programs or programs and features where you're uninstalling apps. Revo will show stuff that isn't installed when you look at the add remove programs, or programs and features add remove programs in Windows. So I install that. So what did we get? We got Chrome, is a compression, codecs just in case, free malware bytes. Office is installed, so we're not going to get any free Office program, which there's a few that you can choose from. And this doesn't always work, because when the installers aren't updated, the program doesn't work. Well, it'll work, but it won't install that one. So that's what I meant by installing multiple apps at once. So we'll click yes, and then let them all download. It's basically something simple like that. That's more along the lines of what I was talking about. Paid you an e-waste? Yeah, it's funny. Okay, here's what's funny. I think I might be on. I think I'm on Top Chat, like a complete noob over here on my laptop. Yeah, I am. All right, let me flip it to live chat. It's funny. I've dealt with more than one IT guy from schools around here, and I'm not calling anybody out or saying anything in particular, but a few that I've dealt with, I've never had a day of training, college, anything. My mother brought a computer home from college when I was young, like 3-4 years old. Got into that, wanted tearing stuff apart. How does it work? And just went on from there. Always just self-taught. Live, breathe the stuff. But yeah, the few IT guys that I've dealt with, I often knew more than, and they worked for schools, and I'm like, wow, that little piece of paper will actually get you somewhere versus going out and doing it on your own. No, I'm covering up what I'm working on. Let me make this window smaller here. Did that finish? It's working on it. So yeah, that's basically what I was talking about with the Windows computer. As I use that to get a couple basic apps installed. Codecs, like I said, are probably mostly useless today. It's more a force of habit. What? There we go. More a force of habit just from doing that for years with other operating systems that need it. But I still install them just for that rare occasion when somebody tries to play whatever file from a phone or media device, or somebody sends it to them in an email and it's some weird ass format that Windows Movies or Windows Photos won't. Do we need that out? Is that actually anchored? No. In case it won't play it. So I install the K-Lite codecs because they update them regularly. And I think it notifies by default every 3 months maybe to the user to be updated, so it's not like a nuisance type thing of constantly bugging them to update. It'll pop up once in a while. What do we have going on here, Dell? What shit did you install? Boy, there's enough tape on there to hold a race car together. Shit. Where did those come from? Hard drive. Yes, hard drive. We'll go over and take a look here. So that's for the fan. That would have been cool getting paid with e-waste. Fan is super clean. We're not even going to bother cleaning that out. Since we're in this far, and again, we're faced with another one of these situations. Okay, what pattern do we unscrew and screw this back down to squash that thermal paste properly? Because it's not, we don't have a four-way, so we can't do the so-called X or reverse X. We can't even do the square or reverse square. This is like the triangle. All these problems. It'll cause all kinds of debates with the proper thermal paste squashing method. We can't do an X or a reverse X or the squares even. We're stuck. Look at those goodies. Alright, are we going to need to lift hinges? If we are, this is going to be quite shit. For the keyboard, we might. We very well might. I'm not a fan of these sockets that Dell uses either. Well, not just Dell. I've seen them in other laptops, but not a fan of Alright, that finished. These straight down plug, I hate these plug-on sockets. Yeah, I think we're gonna have to undo the hinges to get to our keyboard. What do we got going on here? I'll stick you to the fan so I remember to put you back in place. Damn, man. Yeah, we'll figure it out. Alright, board's free? Perfect. Alright. Drive has successfully been cloned. We know that when it was mounted in there, it would be upside down, I believe, in that area. So we'll go upside down. And there, we'll prep this Kingston drive to go in here. On the sled, or yeah, hard drive sled. They gave me a few neat little trinkets, some of which I still possess. Less interesting, I've cannibalized for DDR2 and drives. We weren't actually supposed to fix any of them. We have a cool guy named Gareth who comes in and works on our warranty repairs. Really? So, is this like a big company? Or like a small one-off shop? Believe me, this is no corporation here. This is super dodgy, and try to at least do honest work and charge appropriately, you know. Like today, we're mostly government based. Damn, you know, and it's not me, man. It's cool though, super cool. It's always neat to find out where people on the internet, people, you know, how do I want to say it? People on the internet or people in your chat, commenters, whatever, where, like, what they kind of do. Hear about all these interesting jobs, because some of the stuff you never even hear of. Alright, I'm going to close this. I have the drive plugged in, so I'm going to restore the data backup that I did. You guys can't see it, but we're deleting some stuff off the desktop. Dragging some other stuff to quick launch to get it well out of the way. We'll do the justice of firing up Malwarebytes for its first initial run and running a scan. Scan. Do your thing. Tell me maybe you have an update too. But yeah, anybody that's ever done this, I think you know, like this type of work, if you've worked in this environment, I think you know this is basically what it is. You're multitasking between things. Alright, so cloned hard drive ready to go in with a lot more storage space than what there was. Let's continue on the keyboard. But yeah, working in this type of environment, it's not always, you can't just make a video out of everything. Alright, so we have access to our keyboard. You know what we didn't do? We didn't open the new one and see that it makes sense for this laptop. I feel horrible if this is some type of nutty shit that ain't gonna compute. And I didn't even get a drink of my cold, tasty beverage. We have a large pile of devices which are damaged and not covered by warranty or have expired warranty. We usually Frankenstein these if we can convince our manager to let us do it. Alright. There we go. We gotta mute you guys. There, we back? We're back. So, let's take a look-see at what the hell's in the bag. Oh, we gotta pull that black plastic layer off. Alright, so guy's coming to get his computer. I'm gonna take a minute and write up, I have to do this, write up what exactly is going on with it. I gotta get my pricing for it. And any warranty type stuff. So, I gotta think. Alright, let me show you this. Let me pop this source back up, okay? We're going to pop up the Vivitar. Alright, hopefully I don't show anything out there to anybody. Let's see if this thing will wake up. It should wake up. If it don't, I'm going to hit the button. Look, man. Nah, I did the Windows sleep thing. So, we have a dual boot type setup. I'm going to try and override if it's not resuming. Okay, so we get to see that it's John, but we don't know John who, we don't care. Let's restart. So this is a clean install on an NVMe drive, 2 terabyte. I'm going to try and boot override. Please let me catch it. Got it. Okay. Power save. So we're going to go to the previous boot drive. Let me disable the source till I know we're in. We'll bring that source back up. I don't know what shows up on the login screen. I need to do this right up. Oh boy, we got people stopping. Alright, customer came in, we're doing data restore. I was just trying to explaining that to them. Sorry about the quietness. But hey, not everybody does this stuff, so we got to take time. So you have roughly, excuse me? You have roughly, I'll tell you how much data going back over now. You have around it was around 50.34 gigabytes of data. That's a little bit. It's going to take a few minutes, but it's going to copy fairly quick. We've already copied 5 of the 50. So USB 3 is much faster than USB 2. We'll get that going. I'm going to keep, right, I have to write. That's right, he's on his way. Alright, so now you guys get to hear me write and be boring. Writing. I have all the tools I need, but I can't find a pen to write with. That's how it is most days. Did I set my laptop on it? No, I loaned it. There it is. It's under a box. Alright. A large pile. Look at the chat here for a moment. Yeah, sorry about the long silence. I'm going to try to afford anybody the time that is needed. Oh yeah, here, I wanted to say, take a look at this. We're going to flip over here for a moment, because it is signed in. As soon as the computer should be up. I did boot. Okay, so oh my goodness. I always forget. So we have nothing but notifications popping up. But okay, so here, let me turn this back on, plug this capture card back in for people watching. Here is a computer, a different computer, not the one that I'm talking with the person now. Where is it? We're gonna have to re-enable it. But here, can anybody give me a guess as to why this computer wouldn't successfully, this Windows install wouldn't successfully clone over? A lot of this stuff is shortcuts, but a lot of this stuff is also, what do you call that? What do you call all that? What do you call all that stuff? That's most of that is bloatware. It seems like having an app for every little action instead of, and it just constantly, so yeah, needs severe help, I will say that. But we did a clean Windows install. They're going to pull their own data off they want. My recommendation is not to reinstall all that bloatware of apps that are just unsightly and crazy. I'll have to explain that in a few when this guy gets here, but now I get to be boring and write. Alright, we've copied 21 gigabytes in relation to your data over, so moving right along. All right, we got that and that. There's for system. What are we looking at here? Okay. Okay. I need bigger pieces of paper. We'll use one of these. We'll use one of these writing all this small stuff. All right. Oh boy, it's a busy place in here. We still even got power in this damn microphone. I wonder. I believe I'm the only one watching, but that's okay. Let's find out. Probably, possibly. That's all right. We'll end the broadcast. This is the cost of doing business, though, when you have people in shop. I was just handling salt, so I'm going to go ahead and change my gloves. Do I have audio? Yes, I have audio. Let's get back to it. This guy wants his computer. I'm going to try and fix it. We have a little bit of time left. We got to sync this keyboard in. Customers. Try to give appropriate time for everything. Don't always succeed. You guys are maniacs, whoever's sitting there watching that madhouse. 3 watching. You guys have audio detectors on live streams that if it detects audio, it tunes you in? That's pure insanity. So we now have a warm Red Bull. What is that? Oh, no. Why do I have calls missed? 5259. I'll try calling these people, but not right now. We got other stuff to do. Madman Michael. You're definitely getting a trophy, my friend. Alright, so what was I saying before people walked in? I think we got to peel black plastic. Well, not think, I know, so let's do away with a couple little ribbon cables that might get caught on the keyboard. We only we're on the right thing. I was going to say not again. So yeah, that's just the cost of doing business. I suppose. So yes, really happening in a shop. I think some people doubted that this was an open place in the past. I don't know though, because I'm not other people. But no, we're definitely open to the public. It's not going to work. It's not going to work the way I want it to. We're going to screw this back down quick. Open it and then drop the display off, possibly after we lift the hinges. Alright, let's open this cautiously because we're missing 1, 2, 3, 4 points of strength for our goopy this and that hinges on this. It's kind of like it does that tent action where you can fold it backwards on itself. I don't like those computers. But we'll take the hinges off now. We can kind of see where I'm at with it. There. Alright, so we're connected. What is that across the top that's going to mess with us? Let's look. Lights? Is that a light strip? Is that really a light strip? No, it's the display cable. So it's got to come out. There's no choice. Okay. Light adhesive, we can pick it up. I was just hoping there was no PCB hidden inside this tape, but it's a display cable, so we're good to lift it off of there. There we go. Not free display, but freed from the body display. We can start peeling some black. Let's take you off. What's the score here? What is the score on this one? What I hope we don't get into, but it looks like we may, is just because of this tape, we may have to I didn't want to pull the backer for this trackpad, but we will. Just a preemptive strike against. Is there one more? No. I'm trying to disconnect that here. That probably should have been the move, but it goes under the black plastic. Let's get that off first. What is copper, babe? Are you telling me heat goes through there? Alright, so at this point, this is a kind of crap point. We gotta start melting some stuff to pop this out. And that's to sink the new keyboard in. It has a bunch of tabs. Trackpad, sorry. I want to make sure everything's where it needs to be, though. But, yeah, no. Just trying to figure out where this goes, orientation-wise. Because we can see this probably comes over. Okay, it takes a goofy turn. And then our backlight's also going to come over and take a silly turn. Alright, let's pull it apart and see. It's supposed to be the keyboard for it. We got to be careful what we're removing. We're going to have to hit it with heat and start lifting all these off of there. This is an annoyance doing this. It does keep the cost down on stuff though when you go this route. You can keep the cost down. We're going to leave that in there and try not to harm it. You can keep the part cost down, and if you keep up with the repair and doing it, you'll keep your labor cost, their labor cost down of what you're charging. Let's get some heat. We're going to see what we're going to run on cheapo for a temperature. Actually, we're going to turn them back off. I don't want a whole lot of air going out, so we're going to throw a nozzle on. We'll go a little bigger than that, which will be we'll try that one. We're going to try 210 Celsius and throw some air out. Just get the air moving out of it to where you can feel that it's hot. We may need to go a little warmer to melt the plastic quicker, but we got to melt a whole bunch of plastic tabs and lift this thing off kind of at the same time. Without destroying the palm rest. Good spot to start. The time to do I suppose the time to get a new palm rest would be if the labor you're charging and the cost for the keyboard replacement are going to surpass a new palm rest with keyboard attached. We have one there. We don't have many across the bottom, so we're going to work on, move this speaker, work on the corner, and then it should start. Oh no, I take that back. We got a bunch of gray ones too. The gray ones are coming through from our little surround here. But I wonder if we pop that out. No, we got to take this metal off the back. All right, let's start hitting the gray ones so we can start lifting this thing up. Continue on with it. that metal or plastic? That will be metal right there. Check over on chat here in a minute. It's alright if we throw a little extra heat on the ribbon cable and backlight, as we'll try and protect it, but it's getting yanked out of here. So which one are we still stuck on? That one? Alright, once you start to get, start making progress under the edge of these, I don't know how many people have actually done this, that's when you can start hitting all the holes and actually start lifting this thing off with some progress. But getting it started always seemed to be a bit of a tricky part. The first few times I did this. With that, wasn't quite. You gotta look around for where. Is that lifting the keyboard or the backlight? Alright, fair enough. Let's unclip them. Very well. Get out of the way. Now we're gonna have to go across the top now. Which one did we miss? We missed one somewhere. What are we stuck on? Yeah, just the backlight layer had a super awesome piece of adhesive. And again, I think right here. Yeah, just adhesive. going off the hook. Where is it? I'm going to launch it through the wall. 1 hour ago. Now? What is the... So I had a phone call come in right now that I literally... Let's see who it was.
Your call cannot be completed as dialed. Please check the number and dial again.
So am I on calls that I don't know about? That's weird. 95210. 5 minutes ago. Let's try that number. We don't need to call Sirius. Just a bunch of crazy numbers I don't know are calling. Alright, so we're done with the phone right now. The volume's back up. Let's go back to the task at hand. It always spooks me whenever calls just start coming in. Because if it's just buzzing and not ringing, how the heck am I supposed to know? Gonna go into WhatsApp and... No, I don't think I need to do anything. Oh well. We'll get back to it later. Let's continue this. Why is it not lifting, man? Now let's move this speaker as well. Thank you. Get out of the way. Alright, stage one. Let's park this hot air quick, since we're knocking screws all over the place with it. I'm going to put that where I think we can locate it later. Let's start taking a look. It seems like we're kind of, however, we're going to have to check which way the strips contact, because if I follow this map, take this up and then down, the strips are contacting up, whereas they're contacting down when they were actually plugged in. So the keyboard's going to go that's away. And that ribbon's coming from a completely different spot. That's fine. Make that work. We can fold it over and plug it in. So we're going to have to do a silly fold on this just because of the orientation of the ribbon. We don't want our contact strips being up, so alright, we'll get there. We'll plug it in and fold it when we get there. Alright, now we have some more stuff to melt. Oh, what's happening over here? I got a laptop like that. That folds back. What are you saying folds back? So we got the backlight. Yeah, it's not going to be a backlight here in a second. Alright, we have to pop a couple more plastic things to retrieve our keyboard out of the laptop. Not fun, man, not fun. So, I'm just looking at everything we can, trying to look at everything we can melt down. Basically everything that we can hit ahead of time, we can't see all of it, not even close. So we can't go through and melt all the tabs. We're going to have to mark it as we go along when we're putting it back in, because some will be covered, some won't be. Still no report on what folds back. I'm take a brief moment, brief break. Alright, break's over. Let's get the heat out and start melting stuff. It's free. Alright, what's going on? Can fold the screen right back. Yeah, the stupid tent mode, or you can even flip it with the keyboard down, and some of them have a lock on the keyboard, so if you press buttons, and some of them when you flip the screen back so far, auto engages like a keyboard lock that you won't hit the keys, so it's like in a tablet or a viewing type mode. Alright. Halfway. Now we have to do everything we just did, but backwards. fun. As long as all these are viewable on the new keyboard. And I don't think they are, or are they? All the ones that matter anyways. Let's check that. So the ribbon comes off and okay, so we're gonna have some problems. Potentially? Yes, we might. Well, yeah, no, definitely. I would not call that a replacement. We're going to see if it fits, but I doubt it will. So we're going to have to order another one. Want it by pictures and model number, and still not. Still not enough. So we may not be putting this back together today. Because when we look at these, just take a look here. We'll take new, and it looks good looking at it until you actually start lining it up. And then you realize you have tabs in all the wrong spots. So, if you're stripping it any more than that, you're in for major, major, major problems. So let's find the proper keyboard and make sure that it doesn't align with this one. Because I'm going to say there's not a chance in hell that's going to fit here. I really want to put this together today. What I'm going to do for this guy, though, so he doesn't suffer the holidays without a computer, is I'm going to give up one of my laptops to use with his data. Yeah, see? Look at this. Not a chance. We are a few millimeters short. So going with the model identifier, the laptop, and matching the keys up, and part number. Still not enough. I'm guessing that's a possibly cheap manufacturing flaw. How could you be that far off, though? Like, really? So, I put it in the stream. What could go wrong? Keyboard could be a few millimeters stretched out for a slightly wrong fit. Ah. Alright, let's find a proper one and make sure it doesn't match this. Let's what are we gonna do? If we pull up that, it just shows our chat window. Nothing major. Restream. I don't think any valid info would have been. Can I type? Inspiron. Okay. Bet you this is same keyboard, same company, so they sell on Amazon and eBay before Christmas. Let's look at it and see if it's what we need or is it different. That one, let's compare that to, let me find a source to pop up here. Can I bring up the A5100? I sure can. Okay, so here's our old keyboard. Let me put this one layer back on. I'll let this guy know that he will have it by Christmas unless shipping gets insanity. If he needs a computer before, I will give him one from the shop, one of our loaners with his data. That way, yes. So that's essentially what we were looking at, or what we want to be looking at. Let's check part numbers and see. We're going to swing this way over. way over. We kind of got floor, we got counter, we got everything. So, keyboard, see if we can correlate any of this. MP14A6. MP14A6. So it claims Inspiron 13, 7000 series. This keyboard here. Let's go back over so we can take a look. That actually looks right. I'm going to check what I ordered, because that has a noticeably different. We're going to look at the key size too, and it's hard to gauge key size. The main things I always check, and I didn't look at the shape of the keys. I looked at the symbols. The symbols matched, albeit different print, different color. But these happen. So we want to look at this one and compare it. We're going to order it in promptly. So we have a square control key. We have a, see, that already tells me it's the wrong keyboard looking at it. It could be right, but looking at the photo and looking at what we have here, look at the escape and the tilde key there. In the picture they appear way more square. Now maybe perspective shift, I don't know. We want, it says we already bought one of these. Okay, do you see this? A few days ago, and this keyboard was wrong. So I can't trust that one, because even though it shows, it essentially shows this with a different label. There's no label on it. We're looking at this with no adhesive. No, sorry, we're zoomed in. So I'm trying to show you what's on screen. Let me move this camera source. Go back here, back here. So that's what we're looking at on screen. Hopefully that's zoomed out far enough. Labels not here. That's present on the other one. This stuff correlates. The ribbon goes out, sticks out over the edge. Yeah, that's right, backlight. So they kind of did send us what they sent us, but what they sent us matches up in the picture more so than this keyboard. So we're not just going to go with basic search results. We're going to try and find a different brand off of the part number. And the part number is how I pulled it up. That's where SEO can really hurt you sometimes, is going off of part numbers, because they don't always correlate one for one. Now, let me pop this source down while we go and look for a keyboard. Horrible shit, horrible shit. All right. Let's get rid of these results. What do we want? We're going to look up our Dell part number. 0DKK. Zero DK. Yeah, get it by 1.3. That's a little bit out. That. Okay, let's pop our camera back up. I don't know that I trust this site though. That has a label in the right spot. If we yank this thing down, we'll have adhesive in the right spot. We'll have our backlight coming from the appropriate area. And let's move our camera source so we can show what's going on. And it does have the spot here for the right label. This keyboard, most of the keys weren't working, so it's not a great loss. It just extends the time of the repair. So That's what we want. Let's copy that, paste it in, try and find some more results. So January 9th to 26th, let's see if we can find any quicker results through the dreaded online here. Is this that same shit again? The 28th to the 3rd, that's a little bit closer. We can buy used. We don't want a used one. Is that all they're selling is used? Used, very good details. No thank you. Not many results, so we're gonna have to settle for one of these people. Basically, whoever can get it here quicker. There's no shitting way that an XP. I hesitate. I mean, it's got the stuff in the right spots, but I even hesitate looking at this thing. Because when you think about when you flip that adhesive up, okay, let's flip that ribbon up, right? Flip it up. We know the ribbon cable comes down in the right spot. Flip the backlight, flip the ribbon cable up. This comes over and then folds down where that little rectangle is, which we're covering it. So, sorry. So let's look here. Everything appears to be in the right spot. If we look at the mounts, that's what I want to see. Yeah, it looks promising. And if we can get it before Christmas, let's find the denominator on this. I'm pretty sure it was worn off the bottom, the actual identifying number. I'm fairly certain it was worn off the bottom of it. But we'll see. Yes, should it have not, it would have been, where is it on these? I don't know, they don't have any info there either, do they? We're not going to get a close enough view of that. Man. I really don't want to go here again because they already sent something that was supposed to be compatible and wasn't. What's the chances of finding a genuine Dell part that isn't aftermarket? I don't know. What are we thinking, chat? Let's go back there for a minute. I'm going to hop over to my keyboard while we let that sit there. What do we think about getting a keyboard before Christmas, or waiting longer, or trying to find a genuine Dell part? I don't think we're going to find a genuine Dell one that's new. We know that shit don't fit. 73. We'd have to boot the computer up to see and go to like the Dell support site because there's no markings on it whatsoever. Yeah, there's no place we're going to pull any serial numbers off. Any stickers are long gone. Anything that was on the bottom of this is long gone. Feet, long gone. Basically everything for it, long gone. If it was anything identifying, we would have to go to Dell to get that 7352, 7353, 7359 number to know if it works. Let's compare all the keys, the shapes. Shapes and the size of it. How about this? We'll set it down so the camera can focus instead of me being shaky. Escape and tilt to look right, tab, caps lock, shift, control and FN are lined up. The Windows key matches. Everything looks good across there. Let's match the top row. What is that? FN lock, mute, volume down, volume up, back, play, pause, forward, skip F7, F8 is going to be to mirror your screen, duplicate it only on the second screen, search, the backlight levels for the keyboard. What else do we got? Brightness dim, brightness up on the screen, Wi-Fi button, print screen, insert, delete, backspace has the right spacing, and there's even a hole there, even though I have misstuck this back piece that should be better lined up to let that hole there show through, like we would be able to see through that. There's a hole. Holes in appropriate spots. Alright, take two. So I'm going to flip off this screen for a moment and go ahead and get this. They're going to get it here quicker. I have 5 hours, 13 minutes, and it's cheaper. Let's see if it works out. LXDDP for the brand. What do we say? Anybody want to weigh in? Do we order that one that we just found? Do we order this other suspect keyboard because it'll get here before Christmas, or do we wait longer? The part number matches, the compatible part number matches. Of course, we did that before. I suppose the important question is, are we really getting sent what's in the picture? Fuck, you can't even get more generic with the box. Look at that. Look at that. They ain't even printing on their boxes. It's got to be good. If the box is blank, amazing box. Look at that. Actually, there's a good question. Let's look at those keys quick. Page up, page down. Home and control with the sign, alt, space bar, and I'm blocking them, but yeah, we looked at those ones. I don't know, gang, it's matching. I'm going to fire this one in and get it here for this gentleman by Christmas. I'll have to let him know, sadly, that his keyboard was the wrong size. Don't be wrong. I had hopes on the other one. High hopes on the other one. Alright. Now, the question is, what do I do now? You getting out of here, Michael? Good night, sir. Yeah, I'm going to probably end this. I got to clean this up to a point that's understandable. I still have more stuff to work on. But I think I'm going to get out of here myself instead of working. It's almost 7 o'clock here. You savages that stay up late. Sadly, I have to put this together another day. And on Christmas Eve, but I will do it. Well, that's what happens sometimes. You just miss a detail. Even though it said it was compatible, and I checked the top row. Top row matches, said compatible, had the part number listed. It's still not enough. The pitfalls of the internet. Anyhow, if you're here, thank you so much. We're going to end her. I'm getting out of here. I'm going to clean this up and make it sensible for me to come back to. Basically bin up all the screws, the ribbon cables. We know where they go. This got to go on hold, so it's going to go in a project box temporarily. I could put some stuff back together, but I'm not going to do that. What else do I have here? Basically everything else can leave. It's only me projects that I have here now. Those were display. Or no, do I? No, I have other stuff. But nothing we're doing here. Nothing we're doing here, people. DC jack. Good. Boring Windows stuff. Alright, parts claimed in a pile. Sorry about that one. Oversight or undersight. I don't know which way you say that. I gotta call this guy and let him know. Let him know what's going on. But we have it ready to go, so it'll be a quick install, at least. Let me find a spot to stick this down with plastic. Plastic or glass? Plastic or glass? Glass. Alright, our black plastic is safe. I'm going to clean it up. And, I'm out of here, people. We will see you next time. This is ending on a down note. I only have one more thing I could fix, but hey. We've seen so many of these, that's ridiculous. We'll make it a video. Try and get some content out of it that way. Bummer. Alright, have a good one, people.